Rates are very similar to fractions and ratios, where rate is a comparison of two quantities measured in different units. So, for example, uh, kilometers per hour. So, when I'm driving down the road, I'm driving at 50 kilometers, that's one quantity, compared to 1 hour, that's another quantity. And it can be written as 50 kilometers, 50 kilometers per 1 hour. Okay, so it can be written as a fraction. So if we have a heart rate, our heart beats at 240 times in 3 minutes, we can state the comparison of beats per minute. So we can write this as 240 beats to 3 minutes. We can write that as fraction. And because it's a fraction, we can simplify these fractions if they have common factors. And this is what we call a unit rate. Okay, unit rate is when we simplify those fractions. Okay, and to simplify those fractions, we want to divide. Okay, so unit rate is one which the second term is 1. And to get that, we divide. So an example here is if I want to convert 240 beats per 3 minutes into a unit rate, I divide 240 divided by 3. When I do that on my calculator, I get 80. And the units of this are going to be beats per minute. And what's implied is that it's going to be for 1 minute. So this is a unit rate. So we are comparing to 1 minute in this case. Here we have 50 kilometers per 1 hour. These unit rates can sometimes be called a conversion rate because we can use these to help convert from one unit to another. So how do we determine a unit rate? This is important. We divide. Okay, so if I have a ratio, I divide that ratio, so 240 divided by 3, that will give us a unit rate. So unit price is a price that makes it easier to compare the cost of items. So when we're shopping, we want to know how much one apple costs. Okay, sometimes we're given the rates in terms of more than one apple or more than 1 kilogram. If we can find the unit rate by dividing, okay, again, we find unit rates by dividing, we can compare those unit rates much easier. So take out a calculator and we have $108 for 9 hours of work. So we're going to write this as a ratio, $108 for 9 hours of work. We can write this as a fraction, $108 for 9 hours of work. And to convert this into a unit rate, we divide those two numbers. Okay, so when we divide, we get 12. Now, what does that 12 represent? It represents $12 per 1 hour, or $12 per hour. So this is our unit rate. We divide to get that.